In 2019, Americans were in more than $1 trillion credit card debt. That means most of the purchases made by Americans who have credit cards are paid through a convenient swipe of a card. Assuming that you're part of the people who love the convenience of swiping your card for every purchase, then this video is for you. Welcome to Grayson Finance. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to eliminate credit card debt fast. At number 1, view your debt not as a whole, but in portions. When you look at the totality of your credit card debt, you might be overwhelmed with the collective amount you need to pay, especially when it's a large balance. Many people choose to avoid repayments because of being intimidated or overwhelmed with the huge balance. Thankfully, there's a good and effective way to get through this feeling of intimidation. You should think about your debt in portions, rather than as a whole to avoid being overwhelmed. For example, if you owe $20,000, you can think of it in 4 portions of $5,000 each. Even though your debt doesn't decrease quicker if you do this method, you'll at least start the process of debt elimination, as this trick's main purpose is to not put you off with the intimidating total amount of your balance. This trick of seeing things in portions and not as the whole thing is actually used in different places. This same technique could be used for studying, your mental health, or even the chores you have at home. To make it a little easier to envision what exactly it is to see things in portions and not as the whole thing, imagine your situation, your debt, or anything you need to see in different parts as a staircase. A staircase has different steps. Now, if you want to be less overwhelmed with what you need to do or what you need to pay off, look at each thing as a step and not as the whole staircase. This will help you to know how to make each step work instead of trying to figure out how to make it to the top altogether. What's important is that you make sure to pay off in minimum payments for you to not hurt your credit score, which heavily affects things like mortgage or securing a job. Number 2, first, pay down the credit card that has the highest interest. When you have debt, you're constantly worried, which causes you to think about all of them 24/7. The real issue, however, is the very high interest fees you need to pay with the totality of your balance. There is a 19.24% annual percentage rate on an average credit card, which is already a big thing to worry about. Along with this, it might make paying for a mortgage or a car especially harder, as you need to shell out your finances even more. For instance, if you've purchased a $1,000 computer and ignored repayments, you'll have the price you need to pay increased to $1,500 easily, with interest being allowed to compound. Now, if you possess multiple credit cards with big balances, it is recommended that you deal with the credit card with the highest interest first to pay them down faster. Through this method, you will be able to reduce the amount of money you pay in interest monthly. Number 3, ask for loans from family or friends. Asking your friends and family for a loan is considered one of the ways to quicken paying off your credit cards. Some would prefer not to involve family members or friends in monetary issues. However, sometimes it's more beneficial to ask for loans from them than anyone or anywhere else. For instance, when you possess a $20,000 debt with an annual percentage rate of 20%, you will have to pay $4,000 annually for that balance alone. On the other hand, if a family member or a friend lets you borrow money from them, let's say still $20,000, the annual percentage rate from that friend or family member will be significantly lower than your credit card. Let's say, for example, their annual percentage rate would be just 5%, which means you will need to pay only $1,000 a year, which is a lot lower than with usual credit card debt. However, you need to be cautious about tension in the family. This tension occurs when repayment isn't completed on time and continues to extend for even longer than what was agreed upon. If you wish to proceed to borrow money from a friend or a family member, prepare a contract that includes the amount of money being borrowed, the interest that needs to be paid with it, and the duration of your repayment. This is so you and the person you're borrowing from are on the same page. Number 4, merge all your credit card debts. Another trick to help you quicken paying off your credit card debt by reducing interest from your current balance is to consolidate your balance through a credit card consolidation loan. Basically, what this loan does is merge all your individual credit card debt into one to pay off interest rate fees for a lower amount. The bank usually offers this loan at a lower interest rate than your credit cards, as long as you're able to repay this loan in no more than 3 to 7 years. Even with this time limit, this method is a very useful debt elimination tool and will definitely allow you to minimize your debt overall. To make you envision how useful this tool really is, I'll give you an example. Suppose you have a credit card balance of $10,000 with an interest rate of 15%. You will need to pay a total amount of more than $13,000 in almost 5 years. In a consolidated debt through a personal loan, however, when you have the balance of $10,000 with just a 7% interest rate, you will save more than $2,000 in just 3 years of repayments. Lastly, at number 5, you need to earn more. One of the most useful strategies to quickly pay off all your credit card debt is through earning more money. There can be various reasons why people don't have enough money monthly to pay off their credit card debt balance. Be it because they encountered an unexpected twist of events in their life that requires money, or they simply just manage their money poorly. With these reasons making them unable to pay the right amount on time, they'll inevitably fall into the interest charge vortex. When you make more money, however, you will be capable of repayments on time, in exact amounts, or even higher. To make more money, some suggested ways are to get a part-time job or start freelancing work with your skills. With all this additional income, you'll be insured to pay down your debt quickly. If you're having trouble beginning your freelancing, business, or just earning more money in general journey, don't worry. We offer a lot of videos where you can see where you might be able to start. This last trick is actually the most recommended to clear your balance in debt even quicker. To ensure that you will get to pay all your debts as soon as possible or as fast as possible, make sure to apply these tricks and methods and expect good results not long after. These new tips and tricks can be scary for the individual who's just starting out on their wealthy journey, but never be worried. We at Grayson Finance have got you covered. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to press like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep you posted on new helpful videos.